This is one of the first times that I can speak, so it's I kind of thank you. Dude's a little weird, but it is what it is, you know. I mean.
This is the Schmo with the Bro. He's been a tag team champion. He's been doing this WWE stuff on the professional level for 4 years. He's one of the great heels in the world wrestling entertainment. He's Dominik Mysterio in the flesh. Sin City, how we doing?
I'm good, but you got one thing wrong. You said 4 years. I've been doing this since '05.
Well, you've been doing this since you were diapers, if we're going all the way back.
There you go. '05, I technically debuted in SummerSlam for the custody of myself. So, yeah, next year will be 20 years for me.
Yeah. What were you, like 8 years old back then, or what?
Yeah, I was like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah. You got a taste of it, and then you never looked back.
Never looked back. You know, my real dad, Eddie Guerrero, gave me like a real taste of what it was. And like you said, never looked back, and I've loved every minute of it.
You say your real dad, that's where the height comes from, too, because the Schmo was just talking to your pops, and he's like a whole foot shorter than you.
Maybe 2 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to the Schmo for a second. We're here in Las Vegas. We're a few months away from the big event, April 19th and April 20th, WrestleMania 41 over at Allegiant Stadium. You were out making your rounds here in Sin City or over at the Golden Knights game, accustomed to all the stuff going on here in Las Vegas.
Of course, Dirty Dom does what he does best, and that's going around showing off my girl, my güerita, Liv Morgan, who is, the greatest women's world champion of all time. But man, I am so excited to have WrestleMania here at Allegiant Stadium because the energy that Vegas brings, being the fight capital of the world and now the sport capital of the world, it's honestly amazing what they've been able to do, and to bring our biggest event, which is WrestleMania, the biggest spectacle that we do, to bring it to Vegas. I think it's just going to be like a massive nightclub version. Like WrestleMania has to match the Vegas vibe, so I think it's going to be phenomenal.
And tickets go on sale this Friday. You don't want to miss out. But talk to the Schmo for a second. You mentioned Liv. It used to be Rhea. Why is Liv so much better than Rhea?
I mean, for so many reasons. But, I don't want to get too much into Rhea, because if I start talking about her, give her too much credit, she gets crazy. But Liv, on the other hand, I could talk about Liv all day, 24/7, 7 days out of the week, 365. She's the best women's world champion we've ever had, 2-time women's world champion. She's beaten Rhea multiple times. She's going to beat Nia in this upcoming pay-per-view in Saudi. So it's like she's the best ever.
It speaks for itself.
100%. And I can, like I said, I can speak about her all day.
So you obviously have an iconic father in Rey Mysterio, and you've shared the ring with him. Last evening, LeBron James shared the hardwood court with Bronny James, making history in the basketball court. When you relive your Schmoman sharing the ring with your dad, what did it feel like?
Well, back then it felt like it was a huge accomplishment. We were the first ever father-son SmackDown Tag Team Champions. That's never been done before in the history. So, that was pretty special. But then looking back at it, I realized he was kind of just holding me down and, weighing me back, and it was taking away from my true potential. So, I had to cut the dead weight, and now that I'm the greatest Mysterio of all time, it's really cool to see other people like Bron and Bronny James go out there and, do what we did.
Why won't you allow your father to retire? He's saying that you passed the torch back to him.
I hope that you will have Rey Mysterio for maybe just a little bit longer. I love you all. Thank you so much. God bless. Booyaka.
How much longer? You're never going to retire till the wheels fall off, yeah?
I got to retire. I got to retire before the wheels fall off, as a matter of fact. My plan obviously didn't work out the way I wanted to. I wanted to pass on the torch to my son. It seems like now my son is passing the torch on to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh? Times.
Funny how that works.
No, I want him to retire. I've been telling his old he's got to go. He's old, he's washed, he's still hiding behind that ugly mask. He's ugly, and that's why he's hiding behind the mask. So he needs to retire, he needs to go home and just, let me do what I do best, and that's put the Mysterio name on my back and carry it and take it to places it's never been before.
Will you ever put on a mask?
Schmo, you're looking at me. I'm too good looking, dude. Look at this mustache. Look at this mullet.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm the full package, brother. You can't put him out. You can't cover this.
How long are you going to let that lettuce flow? Are you ever going to cut that thing or what? Is it going to hit your heels one day?
I mean, I don't know if it'll hit my heels, but, you know, it's gotten pretty long, and I don't plan on cutting it anytime soon.
There it is. But talk to the Schmo for a second. You made your debut around the same time as Logan Paul. His brother is going to be in a big boxing match November 15th, Jerry World, AT&T Stadium against Mike Tyson. Who do you like in that boxing match, Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?
Man, that's a tough one because I'm a fan of the Paul brothers. You know, I did Logan's podcast. Hopefully, I'd love to be a tag team with Logan one day because like we could be the most hated tag team. Met Jake a couple of times, but at the end of the day, you can't count out Tyson. Tyson's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. You know, and his power. I don't know. I'm really 50-50 on this one. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick myself.
There it is. But not only are you a better wrestler than Logan, you're better looking than Logan. If you two were ever to get back in the ring again, what would it look like when it's all said and done?
I think it would look like us being tag team champions. Yeah. You know, we started off against each other because we both had, you know, different mentors. He had The Miz, I had my deadbeat dad, and we had, you know, these guys, these old heads talking in our ears and what we should do and what we shouldn't be doing. So now that we kicked them both to the curb, I have the Judgment Day family, and Logan's all by himself, so you know, if he wants to come and chat, and he's more than welcome to. But I think at the end of the day, we can be tag team champions.
Outside of your dad, who's given you the best advice so far in the business?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think before everything had happened, Jey Uso. Jey Uso had given me some good advice, which eventually obviously backfired on him because he's ass. And Randy Orton being another one. He would always text me, giving me advice and stuff. When I first turned on my dad, he was one of the first people to text me. So I would say definitely Randy.
Which professional wrestler would you ever suggest you do a drag race against?
What's a drag race?
Just racing on the streets. Mano y mano. Who goes faster, you or that wrestler? Who would you challenge?
Are we racing like a foot race, or are we picking cars?
Picking cars. Let's say a Ford Mustang.
Oof. I'd like to race my deadbeat dad because I think if I get in the car ahead of time and he doesn't have time to change it up, I can set the seat back to where his feet doesn't touch the pedals, because you know he's so short and he's like basically like 4 foot something, and like I'll make it so where he can't reach the steering wheel, he can't touch, so like as soon as that green light hits, I'm gone, and he's trying to figure out because his little legs won't reach.
Must have been your mother who taught you how to drive, because driver's ed would have been very difficult with that guy.
It was. He was never home either way, so you know that's why he's a deadbeat. And you know, my mother didn't really teach me much either. She was just kind of there, so I taught myself how to drive.
But with that stash, you're more of an off-roading type of guy than an actual jag racing type of guy, right?
I don't know. It depends on the mood I'm in. I would definitely. I love some off-roading stuff, but I don't know. I'm a fan of the street racing as well.
There it is. What's your final message for all the Dominik Mysterio fans out there worldwide, and where you're going to be 5, 10, 15 years down the line and making your name as the greatest Mysterio of all time?
Honestly, I don't know if there is any Dom Mysterio fans out there because I'm constantly hearing everyone boo me. No one lets me talk. I can never get a word out. Honestly, this is one of the first times that I can speak, so it's I kind of thank you. Dude's a little weird, but it is what it is, you know. I mean, but anyways, back to this. I really hope I get a chance to just speak one day and fans give me the chance to express myself on how I really feel out there. And in 10, 15 years, Schmo, like you said, I really am. I truly believe now I am the greatest Mysterio of all time, but in 15 years' time, there will be no doubt in anyone's mind on why I am the greatest Mysterio of all time.
And do you think that the world's going to see something they've never seen before here at WrestleMania 41, Allegiant Stadium, with you at the helm?
Oh, most definitely. I think WrestleMania 41 is going to be the biggest WrestleMania we've ever had. It's going to be a spectacle. We have to match this Vegas energy, and it's going to be one of a kind, and I can't wait.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo, the greatest heel in WWE to date. We're out.